Hello, everybody. I'm Janine Davis of James Davis and Associates. I believe everyone can succeed and be happy with the right encouragement, inspiration, and motivation. I'm here today with another episode of Today on the Blog. Today on the blog, there are two great articles for you. The first one is all about follow-up. After a job interview, you have to remember to do the follow-up. The follow-up is where you cement a good impression and provide extra support to the statements you made during the interview. Always remember this phrase: the dollars are in the follow-up. This doesn't matter whether you're a 9-to-5 employee or you're an entrepreneur going out to get new business. The dollars are in the follow-up. So after your interview for a 9-to-5 job, after your interview with a prospective client, follow up. That is so critically important because that's where the dollars are. Sometimes during an interview, the prospective employer or the client will ask you for information, references, test results, or school transcripts. Other times they send you an email to ask you for more questions, perhaps a product, samples of your work, whatever. When this happens, you must know how to do a follow-up politely with your email. Now, this is going to be hard for some of the younger people who are used to texting and not to doing formal writing. When you're sending an email, this is the time for the school English, not the text message English. And so you start off with Dear so-and-so. So if you're writing to me, it would be Dear Janine or Dear Mrs. Davis. A great interview, the follow-up, when you do that, when you start off correctly with an email message to the interviewer, to the prospect, explain why you're writing. If they're like me, there's hundreds of emails, literally hundreds of emails in the box every day. Use a phrase like, I'm writing to respond to your request for, or I'm following up on our conversation about. And this lets the reader know right away what you want. If this person is very busy, they're interviewing several candidates or trying to get selective between a few different suppliers, when you tell them who you are, what you're writing about, this simple sentence gives the person reading it a proper foundation for the information that's going to follow. And it lets them communicate back with you with ease and comfort rather than trying to figure out who the heck you are and what you want. When you're doing your follow-ups to the email, make sure you respond in full sentences. Read each word out loud. Read it out loud, literally, to make sure that it flows completely. Often I notice that when I'm proofreading, I might miss things when I'm reading over it because I've spent so much time writing it. But when I go back and read it out loud, I catch missed words. I catch double words. I catch missing punctuation, things like that. So make sure that you use your grammar checker, make sure you read it yourself, and make sure you even read it out loud so that you can catch little mistakes along the way. These things are really important. And again, I cannot stress enough, avoid the texting shortcuts that are commonly used when you're talking with your friends. There's not going to be any TTL, there's not going to be any BRBs, LOLs, none of that stuff from your text messages. Think of your email correspondence the way you think about other forms of written correspondence. If you were handwriting a letter to someone, if you were typing up a paper for school, you're not going to put all of those shortcut abbreviations in it. You would use your words, as they say in school. So when it comes to follow-up, the follow-up is in the details, definitely. The follow-up is always in the details. Did you make sure you put your details in the follow-up? The dollars are in the follow-up. So you want to make sure that the details are right. You want to make sure your follow-up has details. That's critically important. Now, the second article on the blog today is another one in our series about the miracle morning. And as you know, the miracle morning is all about starting your day off the right way so that you can be more productive and happier throughout the day. So you start off with silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. My exercise portion involves getting out of the house, going for a walk early in the morning before everybody else in the family's up, and getting that exercise in. The scribing portion is always a blog article about what I thought about during that walk, what I thought about during the exercise period. And today when I was doing my Miracle Morning exercise, I passed some steps, and it just reminded me of, if you're going to start something, you have to start from where you are. I mean, every day across the world, there are thousands, millions, billions of people who want to be entrepreneurs. They want to start their entrepreneurial journey. There are other entrepreneurs who want to do something different with their businesses. What both of these groups of people have in common is that they must start. And you might ask, where's the best place for them to start? The answer, start from where they are. Wherever you are, that's where you start. Now, this morning, when I set out to do that exercise routine for me, I saw the steps that are in the picture on the blog. So after you get to check out the video, go to Janine'sWorld.com and check out the Miracle Morning Post. It's right up front for you. And the steps drew my attention. And it made me think about steps all over the place. I can't go from my bedroom to my kitchen for coffee in the morning without going by steps. I can't leave my house in the morning without going through steps. When I come home, I can't get into my house without, steps. And steps are a little reminder that you got to start. You have to start somewhere. If you're leaving the house, it starts with going down the flight of steps. You're coming home, it starts with going up the flight of steps. And a person who wants to be an entrepreneur has to start. Entrepreneurs who want to do something new have to start. The best place to start is where you are now. Don't wait for one day or someday. They're not on your calendar. Start with today. Today is a day on your calendar. I mean, think about it. When I think about stairs, I see this beautiful marble staircase. It's a spiral staircase. I love spiral staircases. And the ones that I picture in my mind, they have these wide steps. They're like 4 feet wide. And for some reason, these steps have big, comfy pillows on each end so that I can sit back and read a book while sitting on the steps. That's my perfect flight of stairs. But those perfect steps do not exist at my house. I have those standard everyday wooden steps that nothing spectacular about them that go up and down. Now, if I waited for those perfect steps to arrive, that perfect marble spiral staircase with the big blue pillows on each end to come and be at my house before I started anything, nothing would ever get done. So in business and life, just like with your miracle morning, if you're going to start, you got to start from where you are and get things done. So as you start your day, you're full of dreams and plans. Don't wait. Start them now. Make things happen. Now, keep in mind, you don't have to put aside what you already had on your calendar for today to start something new. Instead, you can add the new idea, the new concept to your calendar. You're not going to put it on someday or one day. You're not even going to add it to the end of a really long to-do list. What I do is put it on my calendar on a certain date. So recently, I came across something to help me get more people to sign up for my emails. I added that to my to-do list to start that 30-day program August 16th. Why August 16th? That's the first day I had available. I've got other things to do between now and then. And so when you're adding things to your to-do list, don't just add them to the bottom of a really long, mind-blowing, just bear your brains out to-do list. Instead, put them on your calendar for a particular date. Even if you're just putting them on the calendar for, okay, on November 1st, I'm going to create a plan to make XYZ idea happen. It has a date on your calendar. You have started. Just because you're not doing it today doesn't mean you haven't started. You're starting when you attach a date to it, when you give it a deadline. So take whatever these great ideas are, do them, start where you are now. Right now you're busy and you don't have time to get to that idea. So you're going to put it on hold until November 12th when you have time, and then you're going to continue on with it. Now, that's the 2 ideas for today. The dollars are in the follow-up, and start from where you are and get things done. That's it for today on the blog. I'll see you tomorrow for our next episode of Today on the Blog. Go check it out at www.Janine'sWorld.com. Bye, everybody.